everyone, I hope you're feeling motivated and ready for a fantastic show today. Welcome to Divya Tusniyal show, where we are all about embracing a healthier, more active lifestyle. Remember that heart-pounding moment in Chak De India when the women's hockey team clinched victory? Well, the star who brought that magic to life is right here with us. So let's give a warm welcome to the one and only Vidya Malware. Hi Vidya, how are you doing?
Hi Divya, I'm very well. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, same here. So nice to have you on my show and on the
pleasure.
hot seat here.
My pleasure, totally.
Welcome to the show, Vidya.
Thank you.
Seeing your tough yoga poses makes me believe in its power to achieve a supremely fit body.
Really? Have
Yes.
you been watching my Instagram or
I have
YouTube
been-
channel?
I have been, and I'm like so much curious about how long have you been doing yoga? What motivated you in yoga? You have a long career from one journey to another to another.
It's been 20 years now. Almost
Wow.
20 years since
What
I
a
have been
dedication.
practicing. Yeah, I feel like it is, I think it's, people say that yoga changed my life, right? For me, I feel like yoga brought me back to my life.
Wow.
It literally brought me back to life as such when I had nothing to, when I felt I had nothing to look forward to. That's what yoga did. So I feel like when I started out, I don't think there was so much going around here in India. And now thanks to social media and awareness and of course, you know, what our government also has done for us in terms of yoga, we have an International Yoga Day.
Yes.
Yeah, but like I said, for me, it's not just that one day. For me, I think every day is yoga
It's
day.
a yoga day for you.
And I wouldn't want to say that I'm so attached to my asana practice that if I miss a day or a few days, I get upset. But it's something that gives me, like I wake up really early in the morning. I wake up at about 4:30 to do my kriyas, to do my practice.
What did you say? You get up at 4:30 every day?
Yes,
So
I
when
do.
do you wind up your day then?
By 9 o'clock, I'm in bed.
My God, that's an ideal disciplined life.
I think,
Which
yeah.
everybody dreams of. So when you start at 4:30 in the morning, how much time do you dedicate to yoga?
I'll do an asana practice. That's one of the things I do. There are lots of kriyas, we call shat kriya in the yogic
Okay.
tradition. So I'll, you know, jal neti, kandusha, a
Yes.
lot of things that I kind of do the cleansing rituals first. Then I do an asana practice. Then of course it's followed by a breath work practice. Right now I think my asana practice is a little less. My breathing or pranayam practice is a lot more. I've been wanting to go that way, and then definitely there's a meditation after that. And so I think the first like 2 hours of the morning are just basically for me because it's quite dark in the you know, when you wake up. Very peaceful. Especially when you're living in busy streets of Mumbai, then that's the time you just find for yourself. Even if you want to write something, you know, your maybe affirmations or things that you want to work on and stuff, or even scripts to be reading, to be learning your lines. That's like it's called the Brahma Muhurta, right?
Yes,
it's the time of creation.
Yes.
So I think that's the one thing that I'm really glad that I'm able to follow that.
What do you think of the ongoing Paralympics performance where athletes defy all the odds to win for the country? Also considering that even after 17 years of Chak De India, the song from your movie is still played as motivation song whenever India wins medals in sports. What are your thoughts in this, especially with the significant achievements of women in sports today?
I think whether it's men, women, Paralympics or any sport, it's just extremely inspiring for me to watch somebody perform something. Forget about winning and losing, that's different. To just go out there, put yourself out there, because the amount of discipline and hard work, and literally you have to give your entire life to become that person.
That's
and
true.
it is just
Not
the
easy at all.
dedication is, you know, it's beyond the medals, it's beyond any of that, and that for me is very, very inspiring.
You were mentioning that you had to learn playing hockey for 6 months before the movie?
Yes, absolutely. So just to have a film where, you know, we have set plays, we know how the game is going to be played, from where the ball is going to go to whom and everything, we still had to rehearse for 6 months, and even when we were filming, we were still rehearsing.
So Vidya, your life itself has been a roller coaster, right? And not less than a movie. So you were an air hostess, then you are a film actress, and now a superbly, extremely fit yoga practitioner, also very popular also on Instagram.
Teacher
and
also.
Teacher also, very popular teacher on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I mean, of these multifaceted journeys which you have had and continuing to have, which is the most impressive and or which you find the first love in?
I think, you know what, when you look back and join the dots, you can only look back and join the dots, right? When you realize that this had to happen then for you to become this today.
Yes.
So I think that time when I was, one of my very good friends was a flight attendant with Cathay Pacific. So I was just like, oh my God, that's such a great life. So
Such a glamorous life.
yeah, I was like a teenager or just in my 20s, and I was like, I want to be an air hostess and stuff. And then I started applying to every, and then I couldn't get through Cathay, but, I flew Lufthansa, I flew KLM.
That's not less.
That's not
pretty
less
good.
at all, of course not. It was great. At that time, that just seemed fantastic. And and from then on, it just sort of,
This was how long years back?
this was about 20 years ago, 26 years ago.
Just before your yoga transition started.
Yes, yeah.
So most of the people know you as the Chak De India girl, Vidya Sharma.
Yes.
So moving on to that, what most people would like to hear about. In that movie, while Shah Rukh Khan perhaps did one of the best role in this movie, but many people may not know is that Salman Khan was the earlier offered this role. How would the movie would have been different if Salman would have been the coach?
I'm sure it would have been great because the script was, I think script is the king. So I think
Yes.
it just is would have been great also. Now we've spent that time with Coach Kabir Khan, which was Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. So we can't really think of anybody else in that part anymore.
Actually.
So all, of course, Salman sir is absolutely amazing in everything that he does. But for us, Coach Kabir is Shah Rukh
already
Khan
set in the
only.
mind.
Yeah, I mean, there can't be. And this probably happened before we came on board, So for us, from day one, it was going to be Shah Rukh sir, and that's about it.
So also the movie Chak De India was super inspirational and you got to work with megastar Shah Rukh. I'm sure he inspired you in the movie. But was there any advice which helped you in your personal life also during that time?
I think, you know what, at that time, a lot of us, I mean, I had at least faced the camera because I was a popular model, etc., etc. But a lot of us were very, very, very fresh, not even didn't even know what the camera and what makeup and what to do. So that way, I feel like whenever he was on set with us, he would always be guiding us in terms of simple things also, like light yahan hai, agar is taraf tumhara chehra nahi hoga, to then, you will not be seen. So just very, very tiny things like this to maybe making a scene work as a whole, not just, like I always say, he's such a generous actor that, of course, his own performance is just, oh, wow. Especially in Chak De, he's just which is why you can't think of anybody else in that part, right? Because he was just Kabir Khan from the get-go. But not just about him. There's so much about that he would also give us as a team that actually he felt like our team coach, We were sold on that he hamare coach hai, coach sir hai.
So something must have inspired you or anything which you remember about that shooting or...
There was
You were also going through a phase at that time, so...
Great. This was really crazy because one day, I remember Dawn had just released and he came on set and he asked us, "Tum ladkiyon ne Dawn dekhi ke nahi dekhi?" And we were like, "Kahan sir, we are just like here only. We've been shooting, we haven't seen anything." So I remember Thursdays used to be our day off, no, Fridays used to be our day off. So Thursday night or something, he told us, okay, Thursday in the evening, I'm going to take all of you girls on a date and we're going to watch Dawn. And we were like, oh my God, date with Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. So we all, every day were only wearing track pants and those little shorts and running around everywhere.
Yes.
That day we decided to dress up. We've actually gone and bought dresses in Australia, wore our makeup and everything because every day we used to not do any of that, And it was such a big deal for us. And then we were, I think, we reached the theatre and he goes, "What's with the time, guys? I've never waited so much for time." We were an hour late.
Oh my God.
And I was like, sorry, karke, hum log baith gaye, and as luck would have it, he was sitting right next to me watching the film. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, am I just like sitting with the Shah Rukh Khan to watch
yourself?
Dawn?
Real tha?
Yeah, that was a pinch myself sort of a moment. That was quite surreal actually to
what
watch
an
him.
experience.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Sitting with the star right next to you while watching his
Yeah, while
movie.
watching his film and film
And
like
Dawn was
Dawn.
also the Dawn kind of movie.
Absolutely. After Mr. Bachchan, you watched. Yeah, it was great.
Spoke about your social media. You have 1.5 million followers.
Yeah.
I was just watching it the other day. How do you think you got so many followers? What influenced them so much? And then how do you handle it?
I don't know. I don't think I make a big fuss about it. I'm of late, of course, there's
You
been.
used to already that. I mean, you're used to that stardom. But when we see as a common man, you think, "Arey my God, 1.5 million is
Yeah,
like a cool
thank
number."
you followers for following me and I'm enjoying the content that I create. I see it's not I'm not like a ये डालना है ये नहीं करना है ऐसे whatever. I feel like what comes to me naturally is what I put. What you see me here is what is there on my social media.
What about savings? How did you plan your savings or future? How much do you believe in investments, insurances, and all those stuff?
Yeah.
What is
so
your message to others?
even though my parents, both of them have been bankers,
Bankers.
yeah, we've come from a family where it's all about fixed
मतलब आप
deposits.
बैंकर्स के फैमिली में और सब कुछ कर रहे हो.
Not interested in banking. I don't understand money. I don't. If there are way too many zeros or too many numbers in my are there deposited in my account, I kind of become a little dyslexic with numbers as well. So money and numbers is not my thing. Like
Okay.
I'm a little more creative. Like see the things that I don't do. This is
Yeah.
what I don't do.
I would like to ask you that you like tragically lost your first husband in the very early years of marriage. It must have been a tough time. How did you find the strength to move forward? And in what ways has the experience shaped you the person which you are today? We all face up and downs in our life. So I want this message coming from you to others also. How to gather your strength in difficult times.
The thing is, when you're going through something at that particular time, there is no thought or there is no I will do this or it's just that you are just sucked into something. Somebody once told me that time heals, and at that time I didn't think anything would heal that wound. But yes, as time went by, thankfully, I've had my parents, like I said, who've been my rocks. My family is just above and beyond anything for me. And I don't know, it's just, it was a very, I was destroyed. I thought I may not be able to come out of it.
Since you work with such an unconventional ad filmmaker, Prahlad Kakkar, and you were talking how his whole unit was there for you. So, any stories which you remember about
my
at that
God.
time? Any unique story which we can talk about?
I don't know, Prahlad and his stories are like,
maybe
there's
with
a book
Vikram
that
Bhatt.
has been written. He's only written it. No, I think for me, like I said,
What
he's
was
been.
unique?
Prahlad himself is very unique as a character. If you have him, he's a madman. Like his book is called Madman Ad Man, right? And that's how he is. And he's eclectic. He thinks out of the box. And I still remember because he would be, and he's loud, yeah, and I'm not.
You're absolutely not loud.
No, so it was very difficult to associate with him like mentally at that time because he would scream at everybody on set and throw a tantrum, and that's how he is. And if he wanted certain things done a certain way, he just wanted them done a certain way. But then somehow I walked in, and like he said, I was this wounded bird according to him, wounded spirit. So he was very like careful around me. He didn't want, because I still remember that the first day of shoot with him, I got a message from somebody from my husband's airline. I spoke to somebody and it was very strange. And I was in tears and I was just crying, and I ran back to my van and I was just bawling. And I think he saw me run or something, so he sent one of the girls saying that something happened to her, just check. So they came, and then anyway, I'd not told anybody about anything. So, but I said, okay, I'll just I did not eat or anything. I just went and I shot. And I was just very quiet on set. I just wouldn't speak. So then he started like needling. He always wants to know what is happening, iske piche kya raaz hai types. So he started needling me. So where do you stay? What is that? Oh, you live in Bandra. I also live in Bandra. Going on. And then eventually he says, okay, wait, and by the evening, we were shooting for 3 days. He's like, you know what, you come, I will drop you home. Your house is on the way. And I was like, no, it's okay, I can take a cab and go. He said, no, I will drop you. So he dropped me. So he's trying to have conversations with me, and I'm like, whatever. And the next morning he tells me, I will pick you up.
Okay, so he actually sensed that something was wrong.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
you were not talking about.
Yeah, he's very, very intuitive.
Sensitive.
So the next morning I said, but my call time is before yours. And he says, yeah, but I am the director. So you will come when I ask you to come. So anyway, he picked me up. And then on the way, I happened to tell him what it is. And then from that time onwards, literally, I think I'm probably one of the only actors or his models that he hasn't shouted at. And every time he would be in this really shouting mood, I would get a call from the people on set, like Sriti or somebody would call me and say, listen, Prahlad's in a really, really shitty mood. Can you come? If you're free, can you just come and pacify? We're just sending the car. And I've actually done that. And then somehow I think I had the calming effect on him at that time. But yeah, like I said, him and his team were just my wings beneath the wind beneath my wings. They taught me to fly again.
So since you've been in the industry for so long, how do you feel about the intimate scenes on screen? Do you think Bollywood handles them maturely, or is it still too sensationalized?
I think there are some filmmakers who handle it beautifully, and there are some filmmakers who sensationalize it as, you know, I guess it takes all kinds to make the world, and so Bollywood is no different. Hindi film industry is no different. I have done one just in a beautiful show called Dr. Aurora on Sony Live, which was created by Imtiaz Ali sir, and it was a very, very nicely done scene. I don't see anything wrong about intimate scenes. If they are required, they can take the story forward beautifully. If they are just there to, like you said, sensationalize and titillate, then it's like, ew. Sort of, it comes across also like that. So then you just like sort of cringe while watching it. So doing it is out of the question.
You've also heard that your legendary aunt Smita Patil, how has she been able to inspire you?
Well, yeah, she's my...
Her legacy must have inspired you in some way.
Well, I think she's inspired a whole generation of actors. She was just absolutely phenomenal.
But I haven't seen her from a distance. You were close to her.
So yeah, she was, we've heard about her when we've been growing up. We've seen her a few times at my grandfather's house, when I was much younger, of course. And she was just, I think, stunningly and starkly so beautiful. And everything, I think I've probably seen her, most of her films, because she's just, I don't know, she's just captivating.
All right, Vidya, we've covered some serious ground, but now it's time to lighten things up and have a bit of fun.
Okay.
Ready for some rapid fire questions and a peek into your fun, quirky side?
Shoot.
So, social media influencer or private life? I know the answer.
Private life.
Yes, you told me. Leading role in a flop film or supporting role in a hit?
Leading role in a hit. Period.
So, marry, date, kill among these SRK, Salman and Ranvijay.
So, well, I'm already slightly dating Ranvijay in any case, right? And Mismatched.
Okay.
Now we'll go ahead and see whether I'm going to kill him in season 3 or whether I'm going to marry him in season 3 or maybe do both. Wait and watch Mismatched season 3, which is coming up just in like a few months now.
What about SRK and Salman?
No, that's gone. It's quote sir. You can't do anything to quote sir. Hello.
Chhod diye.
Haan.
So, intense workout or relaxed yoga?
A bit of both.
Do you ever think of dating a fan?
No, not yet.
Bad news for all the fans who are watching.
Not yet.
Oh, you still want to keep the hope on?
No, not dating anyone.
Very chalu.
Yeah, fully. Say what you want.
Would you ever quit acting?
I wouldn't want to. I'm really enjoying it. But you never know. Like I said, sannyas lena hai to maybe.
You never
I don't know.
Does casting couch still exist in the industry? Yes or no?
I'm sure it does. I'm out of that space. So
Nice. If you could erase one of your movies from your career, which one would that be?
None. I'm very proud of everything that I've done.
So that's it with it. All right, Vidya. So ready for the grand finale? I've got a fun challenge lined up for you. Today's challenge is to show us a yoga pose that you practice like every day without fail.
Okay. Guys, your turn now.
Now it's your turn, audience. Try this challenge yourself and don't forget to tag Vidya Malvade and the Divya Tusnial Show on your reels using the hashtag Divya Tusnial Show, hashtag challenge accepted. Thanks, Vidya, for sharing your inspiring journey with us today. We've got something for you, a cool poster from the show. Mind adding your signature to make it extra special?
Sure. Let's go.
What's that? Love, light.
Love and light.
Very nice. Thanks for joining us on the Divya Tusnial Show, Vidya. Your journey has been so inspiring, which is not less than a roller coaster movie. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
having me.
Bye.
Thank you, Divya.
That's all for this episode, folks. Keep challenging yourselves, stay motivated, and tune in next time for more inspiring stories and expert guidance right here on Divya Tusnial Show. Until then, take care and remember, our motto, stay healthy, be wealthy. If you enjoy the content on Divya Tusnial Show, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Also check on the audio version on Spotify. Thanks for watching and I will see you soon in the next episode.